because you're in the jungle, you will not have access to internet. Well, you will have access to internet, but only in the eating area. And you will not have electricity, so you'll be using candles. And just to manage your expectations, there will be no hot water, right? You can actually come and spend 2 weeks just under $1,400 for the stay and food and everything. $2,500, $2,600, and you know what I mean, that's not a lot of money, right? And you get to drink 4 nights in a week, because that's how they drink. They drink Mondays, Tuesdays, rest Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, rest Saturday, Sunday, because you need to give the body time to recover, replenish and stuff, like, you know. I actually couldn't sleep. I struggle to sleep. Now, I'm a person, I don't really suffer from insomnia, or I don't have problems sleeping in general, but it was almost like if the medicine just didn't want me to go to sleep, because obviously it was still in my body. You're literally in the jungle, right? And there, that is one of the other cabins over there. That is my cabin here.
Hey Conscious Man 7 family, quick question before we start. Do you love the depth of these conversations but hate when ads break the flow? I get it. Ads can feel like speed bumps on a highway, pulling you out of that deep zone. That's why we created a way for you to enjoy every episode completely ad-free while supporting the show at the same time. For just a few bucks a month on Patreon or Locals, you'll get full access to uninterrupted episodes. You'll get direct access to me so you can ask me any questions that you have, some cool other perks like early releases, and you'll also help us keep bringing you the powerful conversations that mainstream platforms won't touch. The link is in the show notes. Join us there and be part of this movement. If you are new to this podcast, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share, because that helps us to be recommended in the algorithms. If you would like to support this podcast, please check out our merch store on Amazon with the brand Todd and Me. We've got some cool t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and sweaters. Link will be in the description of this podcast. And if you're now starting a spiritual journey, you would like to start a spiritual journey, or you're currently on a spiritual journey and you would like some help removing some fears and traumas, please hit me up on my Instagram at Adriano_246, and it will help you to get some magic mushrooms. Enjoy the show and stay tuned, because we have some more great content coming soon. What if one night in the jungle revealed who you really are and cracked open your connection to something far greater? Hello, beautiful and amazing people. Welcome to the Conscious Man 7 podcast, and I'm your host, Todd Cave. Today, I'm bringing you into my most recent experience of ayahuasca at the Kumankaya Healing Center in the heart of the jungle in Felipe Carrillo Puerto, Mexico. This walk and talk is a deep dive into what it's really like to prepare for the medicine, from the dieta and mindset to surrendering completely in ceremony. Quick note before we begin. Ayahuasca isn't for everyone. It can interact dangerously with SSRIs and certain medications, so always speak to an experienced shaman or facilitator before considering any plant medicine. Over the next few minutes, I'll share what I learned on this recent travel, how ayahuasca opened me up to the spirit world, and how it reconnected me to my higher self in a way that's impossible to explain but unforgettable to experience. And for those of you supporting us on Patreon or Locals, thank you. Your energy, your time, and your contributions help bring these journeys and interviews to life. So take a deep breath, step into the jungle with me, and let's talk about what happens when you meet the medicine face to face.
When truth is blurred by lies and misinformation, perception becomes reality. What will you perceive your reality to be?
Liberate your fears and walk with me.
Sit down and meditate. Connect with your soul.
Be a monster and then learn how to control it.
You gotta be willing to do the work.
So it really goes really deep in terms of words and etymology and what they mean. So this is why like it is really hard to really crack the matrix, because there's so many levels and layers to it, you know?
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Conscious Man 7 podcast. This is a special episode, and I am at the Kumankaya Healing Center, where I came to do a short retreat with the ayahuasca medicine. So this video, the full video, will be only on my Patreon and locals page, because I'm going to share some personal information and stuff, and that information is only available to members in my locals and Patreon community. So regardless, I would like to say thank you for joining this walk and talk. And I am in, like I said, the Kumankaya Healing Center, which is in Felipe Carrillo, which is just outside of Tulum, Mexico. And right now it is really early in the morning, and it's actually kind of cool, like in terms of temperature wise, because we're actually in the jungle, and it gets really, really humid in the jungle, to be honest with you, because you actually find that if you spend a long time in the jungle, you actually get mold and stuff like that. So yeah, today I just wanted to give you all a short walk and talk about my experience with the medicine, what I was shown and stuff like that. But I just wanted to talk before about the preparation that you need to do before you actually sit with the medicine. And it is mostly dietary. So the things that you have to cut out and avoid for 2 weeks are things like alcohol, red meat, and there should be no sex or masturbation. So basically no ejaculation and stuff like that, for both men and women, because your sexual energy is part of your life force. And basically, you get taxed energetically when you do the medicine. So this is one of the reasons why you have to not do that for 2 weeks. And so in terms of me, the preparation wasn't really too much of a big thing, because I tend to eat clean normally all the time. But this was a very interesting experience, which we'll get into later on in the video. But another thing is that you cannot be on mind psychoactive drugs, so SSRIs and any other drugs that are mind altering. You cannot really be on those, because you get definite issues with the ayahuasca medicine, because obviously you have hallucinations, right? Now the thing is, right, is that even though we use the word hallucinations, what I've been shown many times is actually what do I see in this real world? Is it actually real? Because as I've said many times before, our perception is based, our reality is based on our perception, and our perception is based on information received. And if we have people who are controlling and entities that are controlling this realm that we live in, how can we be actually certainly sure that the information we're receiving is actually truthful information? Because as we know, the system lies to us, the system is a fraud, and the system basically has us living in this guilt and fear-based cycle, that perpetuates our suffering. So one of the things that I'm going to get into is that when I was talking to myself when I was traveling. So for people that don't know, the word that some people tend to use, and myself, is traveling, right? So, or people will say a trip. I like the word travel because I like to fly. So when I was traveling, I was talking to myself and I asked myself, so the stuff that you're telling me, is it actually real? And my higher self replied to me, Todd, what is actually real? You know? So, I found that quite interesting because that's not even the first time I got that reply. But anyway, so, the reason why I was saying that you cannot use SSRIs while you're doing it, you have to be off of them, because obviously if you're already having mind-altering drugs and you're getting ayahuasca, that's going to cause you to get visions, right? It can be very, very difficult for people. And my shaman, I forgot to say that the Kumankaya Center is actually run by Remi and Ashley Delaune. And so basically, as Remi has said to me, that those people have extremely bad experiences and stuff like that. So, there's a bit of preparation. And the thing is, ayahuasca is not for everyone. So, don't think that maybe because I do it and you hear other people doing it, that's for you. There are other medicines like bufo, peyote, San Pedro, magic mushrooms, and stuff like that. But I like ayahuasca, but it's not my favorite because it can be a bit it can beat you up a little bit, right? But that's what they call it, the mother, and the mother is the one that tends to put you over her leg and smack you with a stick or something like that, So guys, as I said before, the full video will be on my Patreon and Locals. So I thank you very much for watching this part so far. And we're going to go into more details and stuff about my experience and stuff like that. So I'm going to cut it here, and then I'm going to start it back for Patreon and Locals members. So if you want to see the full video, head over to my Patreon and Locals page. Link will be in the description of this podcast.